Welcome to Be More Lifestyle, a channel that focuses on developing you intellectually and other varieties of development that you need. Please do subscribe so as to get our latest videos concerning aspects such as this. Quickly, we shall dive into area of trapezium. Your focus today is going to be your definition of area, explanation of trapezium, expansion more using the formulae, calculation, and question for you. Now, an area which is well defined as total extent of an object. Now, this is a trapezium having a slant edge or slant sides. Now we have this actually trapezium. Now let's say, for example, I'm going to divide these two sides just to have a conjoined trapezium. Don't forget, I'm actually explaining trapezium for you to understand. Now, if this is having a conjoined conjoined triangle, I will call this place angle A, B, C, and D. Now, if you look at this very well, there is a length between these two, which is what length A, length B, and now together we have an height which is formed. We have height H. Now, look at this very well. Let's actually derive a formula using this. Don't forget, on this we're going to look at expansion more using the formula. Now, quickly, if we're having triangle ABC plus triangle ACD. Now we're going to derive a formula from there. Then we're going to say we have a formula which is going to be half times height, close bracket, which is, you know that your bracket actually represents times. We also have A plus B. Or we can also say half times open brackets A plus B, close brackets, times what? Your height. Now for you to actually solve questions concerning this, there are two things you have to make sure you note. Don't forget an area, and our topic is area of a trapezium. Now there are two things you have to note, which is one, don't forget we're still looking at expansion more using the formulae of what? Trapezium. Now quickly look at this. Notes, we have to notice that we have to know something, that to get an area of a trapezium, to actually solve it, you have to take note of the length, the length of the trapezium. We're also going to look at distance of the trapezium. Now quickly, length of the trapezium, we're also going to look at the distance of the trapezium. Now let's dive into our calculation. We're going to look at top 3 calculations for you to actually know. Our top 3 calculations are going to be: 1. Find the area of a trapezium, PQR and PSR, which is what? We have 5 centimeter. We have 5 centimeter for A. Let's take here as what? Let's take here as A, and let's take this other side as B. Then we have here as what? The height. Quickly, let's solve this question before we move to our next question. Our top 3 question. We're solving one now. Question 1. Now our formula here makes us understand that if we're having a question just this way, maybe for you to understand, find the area of the trapezium. Now let's look for the area. Don't forget the formula for finding area. We can use two formula, but we can use two forms or two methods. But let's use this one: half times open brackets A plus B, close brackets, times your height. Now we have 1/2 times open brackets. Now don't forget I said this 5 is actually A, and this 11 is actually your what? B. Now we have here as 5 plus 11, close bracket, times what? 7. Now by having 1/2, we have times 5 plus 11, which is what? 16, times 7. Now by using your board mass, you're going to have divide and what? Multiplication. which is 2, 1, 2 here is what? 8. You are left with what? 8 times 7 equals to 56 meter. Since it's in meter, you can see the question very well. It's a meter, so we'll leave out as what? In meter. That will be our final answer for question 1. Now let's dive into question 2. Now question 2 here says, if the area of a trapezium is 14.5 centimeters square, find x. Now, if that's the question given to us, let's solve. Now, we have our formula here as 1 over 2, open brackets, you can still use this one, a plus b close brackets times h. Now, we are given the two words length. Don't forget, I told you something, I said something before concerning our notes, the length and the word height. Now, we have, yes, our formula, we have 1 over 2, open bracket, we can say times a. Let's say 8 is going to be a, then b is going to be x. Now, we have here as what? 8, then we have what? Plus x times what? Height 6. Now, look at this question very well. You know that if we're going to solve this, we're going to take for what? Half and what? 6. So we're going to have, divide both sides, you're going to have 3, which is going to be 3 open bracket 8 plus x close bracket equals to what? Our area, which is what? 40.5 centimeter square. 40.5 centimeter square. Now quickly, now since we have this, we are going to actually use this 3, since this is times. Now the inverse of times is going to be what? Divide. So we're going to have 8 plus x equals 40.5 divided by what? By 3. Now, if you look at it very well, we know that if you should divide 40 and 3, you're going to have 8 plus x, you're going to have 13 whole number 1 over 2. Because if you have 40 divided by 3, you're going to have 13 plus 1 is going to give us 40, bring down your 2. Now, since we have 8 plus x equals to 13.5, we're going to have the inverse of 8 plus is what? Minus. So we're going to have x equals to 13.5 minus 8. Our answer is going to be summed up to be 5.5 centimeters square. That's the fourth, second question. Now let's move to next dive in. If you have any question, please do ask your question. I'm going to be willing and completely devoted to answer each question. Now, question 3 is going to be a kind of similar but totally different. Now, we have the area of a trapezium is 52 centimeters square, and its parallel sides are 7 centimeter and 9 centimeter respectively. Find the distance between the parallel sides. Quite simple. Let's solve this. Don't forget, if you follow what I'm actually saying now, you have no problem when you encounter this. Now, number 3. Now we have the area of trapezium is 52 centimeter square. Now, by using our formula here, 1 over 2 times height, open bracket, a plus b. Don't mind me. You might say I'm using different different method whatsoever, but it's still the same thing. Either use method 1 of this, either use this one or use this one. So any of them you preferably want to use, you actually use them. Now quickly, 1 over 2 times our height. Now the question is, where is our height? Now look at it very well. Our height is x, and our x is not given to us. So quickly, we're going to move into a plus b, which is what? 7 plus 9. And we're going to have times x centimeter. Now the question now is, what are we going to do here? Very simple. Let's dive in. Now I have 1 over 2 times, now 7 plus 8. If you plus your video very well, you're going to know 7 plus 8, 7 plus 9 is going to be, now we have times x equals to 52 centimeter square. Now quickly, what are we going to do here? Now half times 16, we can divide it quickly by saying our answer is going to be 8 times x equals to 52 centimeter square. Now don't forget, in order of operation in mathematics, 8 times x give us 8x 8x equals to what? 52 centimeters square. Now don't forget, where you have divide, where you have multiplication, it change to what? Divide. And where you have division, it change to multiplication. So divide both sides by the coefficient of 8. If you divide both sides by the coefficient of 8, you're going to have 8 cancel 8. You're going to have x equals to, now by using this aspect, what can divide both sides? Now let's use 2, because 2 is actually common to solve both sides. Let's say 2 here is actually 4, and 2 in 5 is actually 2 remainder 1 is 2 remainder 1. 2 in 12 is actually what? 6. Now 2 in 4 is 2, then 2 in 2 is 1, 2 in is 3. So we're left with what? We're left with what? 13 over 2. Now we can still simplify this, or we can still break it down by still saying, by putting this, by dividing this, or by putting this in a kind of in a simplified form. We're going to say 2 in 13. The next number to 13 is going to be what? 6. Now let's now use a long division by using long division method. Don't mind me, I just want to be more elaborative so I can clearly understand this. There are short methods, but don't forget, the first thing you have to understand in mathematics, you quickly have to understand the add method before you actually go to the easy. Now quickly, we are going to have 13. We are going to have 2. Now 2 in 13 is going to be 12. Now 2 in 12 is going to be 6. Now we're going to have 3 minus 2 is going to be 1. So 2 in 1 cannot go, which is going to be a decimal point placed at the top of this place. Now 2 in 1 is going to be impossible, so we're going to have a point 0. Now 2 in 10 is going to be 5. So our answer is going to be 6.5 centimeter square. Don't forget, if you have any question, make sure you do ask. Comment down below. I'm going to be willing to answer. Now let's move to our last finalist. We're going to look at our question for you. So I would like you to try this question on your own leisure time to actually participate in class. Please do subscribe, and our video shortly is going to be released. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.